Imagine you are on a boat in the middle of the ocean. You look at your GPS. You realize you are 1,600 miles away from the nearest tiny island. You are 1,600 miles away from any piece of dry land. That is the distance from New York to Cuba and back again. If you screamed for help, nobody would hear you. If your boat sank, no one could reach you in time. You are at Point Nemo. This is the official pole of inaccessibility. It is the most lonely place on our entire planet. But here is the truly creepy part. You aren't actually alone. If you look straight up into the night sky, you are closer to the astronauts on the International Space Station than you are to any human on Earth. The people living in space are only 250 miles above you. The nearest person on the ground is over 1,600 miles away. You are effectively off the map. You are in a place where the rules of the normal world simply do not apply. Most people think the most dangerous place on Earth is a desert or a jungle. They are wrong. Those places have life, they have plants, they have animals. Point Nemo has none of that. It is a massive, watery graveyard. It is a place so silent and so empty that it feels like another planet. In this video, we are going to explore the terrifying truth about this dead zone. We will talk about the giant machines falling from the sky. We will talk about the mysterious sounds from the deep. And we will find out why this is the one place on Earth that humanity was never meant to visit. For years, people believed something massive was hiding at Point Nemo. In 1997, scientists recorded a sound from the deep ocean. It was so loud it could be heard 3,000 miles away. They called it the Bloop. It didn't sound like a machine, it sounded like an animal. But there was a problem. The sound was too big. It was much louder than a blue whale. It was louder than any creature we have ever seen. People started to panic. They thought a giant monster, like a megalodon or a sea kraken, was living in the dark water. They thought the most remote place on Earth was a hiding spot for a nightmare. But the truth is actually scarier than a monster. Scientists eventually found out the sound wasn't an animal. It was the sound of a massive shelf of ice cracking and falling off Antarctica. It was the Earth itself screaming. But if there are no monsters, what is actually down there? The answer is nothing. Point Nemo is located in the middle of a giant spinning current called a gyre. This current acts like a wall. It blocks nutrients and food from entering the area. Without food, there is no life. There are no fish, there are no sharks, there are almost no birds. It is a 9 million square mile desert made of water. If you fell into the ocean here, you wouldn't be eaten by a shark. You would simply float in a silent, empty void until the cold took you. It is a place where nature has been turned off. It is a giant hole in the world's ecosystem. But just because there are no animals doesn't mean the area is empty. Humans have found a very dark use for this void. We have turned this dead zone into a graveyard for the most expensive machines ever built. Think about the most expensive machines ever built. Think about the giant space stations and satellites orbiting our planet right now. What happens when they break? What happens when they get too old to stay in space? They have to fall back to Earth. But NASA and other space agencies can't just let them land on a city or a house. They need a place where they can crash these massive metal monsters without hurting anyone. That place is Point Nemo. It is the official spacecraft cemetery of the world. Right now, more than 260 spacecraft are sitting at the bottom of the ocean at Point Nemo. This includes the famous Russian Mir space station and hundreds of giant cargo ships. In 2031, the International Space Station, a structure as big as a football field, will also be sent screaming down into this watery grave. When these machines hit the water, they are traveling thousands of miles per hour. They break apart into a million pieces of twisted metal and high-tech junk. Some people are worried about this. These machines are full of toxic fuels and heavy metals. We are taking the most remote, untouched part of our planet and using it as a literal trash can for radioactive debris. We are dumping our space-age garbage into a place that is already a dead zone. It's a terrifying thought. The most isolated spot on Earth isn't a natural paradise anymore. It is a junkyard of titanium and wires. It is a graveyard of human ambition, resting in total darkness, where no human eye will ever see it. Now, imagine you are the only person at Point Nemo. If your boat engine stops, you are in a nightmare. Most people think a rescue helicopter or a Coast Guard ship would come to save them, but they wouldn't. At Point Nemo, you are too far away for any helicopter to fly. No rescue boat could reach you for days or even weeks. There are no shipping lanes here. Big cargo ships do not pass through this area because there is no reason for them to be there. You are in a no-rescue zone. The waves here are some of the biggest on the planet. They can be as tall as a 5-story building. Because there is no land to stop the wind, the ocean just keeps building up power. If you fell into the water, the cold would be your first enemy, but the second enemy is the silence. You would be floating in a place where the nearest dry land is a tiny island with almost no people on it. You are closer to the moon than you are to a hospital or a grocery store. This is the true meaning of isolation. It is a place where a human life means nothing to the ocean. Even though there are no people, our footprint is still there. If you looked at the water, you wouldn't see a pristine blue paradise. You would see tiny bits of plastic floating in the waves. Even at the farthest point from any city, our trash has found a way to get there. It's a chilling reality. We can't even see Point Nemo with our own eyes most of the time, but we have already managed to pollute it. You are 1,600 miles from a trash can, yet you are surrounded by human garbage. You might think a brave explorer discovered Point Nemo by sailing across the world, but that isn't true. No human actually found this place with their eyes. In 1992, a survey engineer named Hervoy Lucatella used a computer program to find it. He didn't even leave his office. He used math to calculate the exact spot on Earth that is furthest away from every piece of land. This means that for most of human history, we didn't even know Point Nemo existed. It was just a blank spot on the map that no one cared about. This is the final, terrifying truth about the most remote place on Earth. It is a place that truly does not need us. Usually, when humans find a new place, we build houses, we grow food, and we make it ours. But we can't do that at Point Nemo. The ocean there is too deep, the currents are too strong, and the land is too far away. It is a giant keep out sign written in deep blue water. When you look at a map of the world, you see countries and cities. You see places where people live and thrive. But Point Nemo is a reminder that the Earth is much bigger and much colder than we like to admit. It is a place where our most advanced technology goes to die, and where the silence is absolute. It is the one spot on the globe where you are truly, completely alone. And maybe in a world that is always connected and always loud, that is the scariest reality of all. So the next time you look at a map, don't just see the blue as empty space. Remember Point Nemo. Remember the graveyard of giant space stations and the silence of a sea that has no fish. It is a reminder that we don't own the whole planet. There are still places where humans are the outsiders. There are still places where the Earth stays wild, dark, and dangerous. We like to think we have conquered the world, but Point Nemo proves that we are just guests on a very large and very mysterious rock. If you ever feel lonely, just remember, you could be 1,600 miles away from the nearest person, floating over a graveyard of Soviet rockets. Suddenly, your neighborhood might not feel so bad. Point Nemo is the ultimate dead zone, and it is a place that will likely remain untouched by human feet forever. It is the Earth's best-kept secret, hidden in plain sight at the bottom of the Pacific. If this journey to the edge of the world gave you chills, hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most mysterious places. What do you think is the scariest part about Point Nemo? Is it the space junk or the total isolation? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.